What a way to start 2017, being positioned to win. You are called to win. Your place is to be the head and not the tail. You are a winner. In fact, you won before it started. You are not now going to win. You are running from the place of victory. So this morning I'm saying on the genesis of a winner. How a winner is positioned and how it all starts if you want to win. You don't just get up to win. You start from a place. God has called us to be winners in life. 1 John chapter 4 and 4 says, 1 John 4 and 4. Ye are of God, little children, and have overcome them. Because greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. Your place is to overcome. Ye are of God. You cannot be of God and lose. You cannot be of God and be defeated. Little children, and have overcome the world. Ye are of God, little children, and have overcome the world. Your place is to overcome. That is who you are. There is nothing that comes your way that you can't overcome. I prove it to you one more scripture. 1 John 5:4. 1 John 5:4 says, 1 John 5:4. For whosoever that is born of God, what? Overcometh the world. And this is the victory that overcometh the world, even what? Our faith. He that is born of God overcometh the world. You overcome it, the world, the challenges of the world, the systems of the world, the politics of the world, the conspiracies of the world thinking, the world establishment. You overcome the world. He that is born of God wins. You overcome the world. Romans 8:37 says, Romans 8:37, the Bible says, I love that one. You know that. Romans 8. Nay, in all these things we are more than conquerors through him that loved us. In all of these things, in all of these things, we are not just conquerors, but more than conquerors. You are not just a conqueror, but you are more. Tell someone, I'm more than a conqueror. That's who I am. Look at us and say, that's who I am. That is who I am. That's who I am. I'm more than a conqueror. I am more, not just a conqueror. I am beyond conquering. In other words, it is already determined even before it started. I am beyond conquering. I've won. I am more than a conqueror. By the mouth of two or more witnesses, every word is established. And I just proved to you by three scriptures that your place is to overcome and your place is to be more than what? A conqueror. Being a winner, please understand, it's not just a wish or a desire. In as much as you can desire and wish it, it's not just that. But it's a created nature and a lifestyle of a believer. It's not just something you wish. You don't just wish to win or desire to win. But it is a lifestyle. In other words, everything about you is put together towards your winning. You are designed to win, including the good, the bad, and the ugly. Because all things are working together for your good. And all things means all things. Your design is to win. And even when you are down, you are winning, because the Bible said, rejoice not over me, O my enemies, for when I fall, I shall arise. I told you the other day that there's a difficult, painful defeat. Just when they won first round, second round, third round, fourth round, fifth round, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th round they won. And the 12th round, you gave the person a punch, bam! And the person couldn't get up again. And that is what we call a painful defeat. So you better be careful what you call defeats. Because sometimes you may be down right now only for God to set your enemies up and to give them a painful defeat. Everything about me is to win. I am a winner. Will you look at someone and say, I am designed to win. It's my lifestyle. Will you tap somebody on the shoulder and say, winning is my lifestyle. It's just the way I am. That's who I am. I am a winner. I don't lose, because he that is born of God overcometh the world. We have been designed as new creation to win every temptation like Jesus did in Matthew chapter 4. We have been designed to win every temptation. Jesus won the temptation in Matthew chapter 4. We have been designed to defeat any and every demonic giant the way David did it in 1 Samuel 17. We are to conquer every transgenerational Amalekite spirit like Moses did. We are designed to endure like Job and to resist the enemy and every temptation and every wickedness of the enemy. We are called to overcome and to resist and to persist and to move forward like the 3 Hebrew boys that says, even if God does not come to deliver us, we are not bowing, because our place is to conquer and to win. And we trust God that we are not called to bow. It doesn't matter what we go through. Our place is of the boldness of Paul. Like Paul said, I have kept a good fight. I have fought a good fight. I have kept the faith. I have won. That is your place. At the end of it all, when it's all said and done, when Christ shall come, your place is to say, I have kept the faith, I have fought a good fight, and now it's laid for me my crown, my glory. That is who you are. You must bring down a Goliath like David. You must conquer the Amalekite like Moses. You must conquer every spirit that says bow down. And many are bowing. And South there are many bowing. They don't even know that they bow. But I refuse to bow. It doesn't matter how the enemy comes. It doesn't go with the days when the devil was coming to you wearing black. Today he comes in a beautiful shape, a nice shape, but it doesn't matter how he comes. We are discerning enough to know that this is the devil, and we are called to conquer every assignment of the enemy. Can I get a witness in the house? Will you clap your hands and give God a better praise right now? That is who you are. That is who you are. That is who you are. For if the spirit of the devil shall lift up himself like a flood, the spirit of God will lift up a standard against it. When they come in the air, we are ready. They'll come on the ground, we are ready. Because in all of these things, we are more than a conqueror. And 2017 is your year of winning. You are winning in every aspect of your life. You are winning in your family life, your spiritual life, your financial life, every area of your life. You're winning. Can I get a witness in the house? Are you excited about what God is getting ready to do? Say yes. Look at us and say, that's who you are. That's who you are. My God, you just joined the family that slay lions. You joined the family that kill giants. You joined the family that bring down the Amalekites. You joined the family that pull down strongholds. You joined the family that shut the mouth of lions. You joined the family that goes through fire and the fire becomes the air condition. You joined the family that believe God for their dead and their dead were brought back to life. You joined the family of the Deborah, the Esthers, the Gideons, the David, the Samsons. You've joined the winning family, and you can't afford to lose. Will you slap your hands in the air and say, I'm winning? You winning. Tell someone, say, you have no idea the team you joined. My goodness, the devil is a liar. You better look at us and say, you join the team that wins always. My God, the devil is a liar. I'm not afraid of the darkness. I'm not afraid who can destroy me. For what shall we say to these things? For if God be for us, who can be against us? That is who you are. This means that at the end of it all, our set goal and target and achievement must be winning and conquering or overcoming. To win means to conquer, to be victorious or overcome. Winning, no matter the struggles or stress, is not a choice but the normal order for us as children of God. Winning the struggle, winning the stress, winning the contention, winning the battle is not, there is no choice to that. There's no other way as a believer than the way of winning. Winning is a normal life. That's just like breathing in and breathing out is life. Winning is life. In other words, when you join the Christian family, it's normal to win. In other words, when you join the Christian family, the word winning is not scarce in our house. The word winning is not something we haven't heard. We hear it always. And I'm getting ready to hear more of that for you 2017. I'm getting ready to hear many victories that God, can I lift you up for 2017? Tell somebody 2017, it will be normal to win. You are not talking. You are not talking. You are not talking. Tap somebody on the shoulder and say, it will be very normal. It will be the order of the day. It will be like the dress you wear, the shoe you put on, the food you eat, the air you breathe. Winning is going to be so normal that every area of your life is going to be crowned with winning. The other day, Elisha said, tomorrow by this time shall fine flour be sold for a shekel, and barley for a shekel at the gate of Samaria. And the prophet and the financial analyst said, it's impossible. Why is he saying impossible? Because when he looks at the economics and the numbers, everything says it can't happen. And Elisha said, what is scarce is going to be so much in abundance. The reason why fine flour, the reason people are eating their flesh and eating human beings is that there's no fine flour. But when fine flour is in abundance, it will be sold fresh. In other words, it will come, there will be so much flour that people will not put value on it, because when it is in scarcity, that's when value is put on it. But when it's everywhere, everybody can touch it, therefore the price will drop. I'm just telling you that what is not normal, what is so abnormal, what is in scarcity in your family, what nobody sees, what is rare, is going to be in so much abundance in your life. Can I speak to you as a prophet of God? Can I just tell you that miracles will be normal, testimonies normal, breakthroughs normal, healing normal, overcoming the world, overcoming temptation, it will be so normal. Say yes. Gone were the days where we had miracle bits and pieces. But 2017 says, tell someone it's going to be normal. Can I talk to you as a child of God? Are you receiving it right now? It's going to be normal. Healing will be normal. I'm not talking about fake testimonies. I'm talking about real testimonies. Life, we win in the midst of the struggle. We win in the midst of the stress. It means that life may not treat us fair until we learn how to fight for what we deserve. God never promised a fair life. He promised a just. God is not a fair God, but he's a just God. Because to be a conqueror, you must have conquered something. Every winner must have a profile. There's a lifestyle of a winner. There are things that makes you win. When we look at the text, God wants us to win so bad that he asks us to cultivate the habit of an athlete or a boxer. And of course, some of the things to know that will make us win. Number one, every winner must understand the competition. You cannot be a winner and not understand that to win, there's always a competitor. To win, the first thing every winner must have at the back of his mind is who he or she is competing with. And as children of God, we are not competing with anybody. You are not my enemy. I'm not in competition with you. That is why I thank God for what God is doing in your life. In fact, I'm glad for you. Because if God can do it for you, then I can believe him for what he's done for you. So you are not my competitor. No pastor is mine. You see, you have to be very careful these days of social media, that you don't miss who the competition is. The days of social media says, you better look at somebody's picture and look at your picture and begin to feel bad for yourself. I refuse it. Where people take 100 pictures and they go to the 100 picture and they edit the picture and edit it and massage it and put all kinds of things and they put it out there. You look at him like, ooh, my God. Even pastors are terrified by that. They look at the congregation of others or even on social. The devil is a lie. You are not my competition. I'm not in any competition with you. You are not and you cannot. Everybody got their own assignment. You are not my competition. No, I refuse the jealousy. I refuse the envy. I refuse the pride. I refuse the arrogance. I refuse to think that you are my competitor. The devil is a liar. I am in my race. I'm running my race. I am my assignment. I will get there. The Lord is with me. You are not my competitor. If you are not my competitor, who is? Number one, the devil is. 2017, you must understand your number one competitor. His name is the devil. Our greatest foe is Satan. He is the number one person we must endeavor to overcome. Revelation 12:10 says, and I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, Now is come salvation and strength, and the kingdom of our God and the power of his Christ. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before God day and night. Verse 11 says, watch this. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto death. They overcame who? The devil. Everybody's very happy with me. And even if somebody's unhappy with me, he's unhappy with me because the devil set him up to be unhappy with me. Everybody's very happy. You see, you need to understand who your foe is. You need to understand who your competitor is. You need to understand who your enemy is. Your enemy is not the sister next to you. Your enemy is the devil. He is my enemy. He hates me. He doesn't like me. Why? Because I am made in the image of God. I am wonderfully made. I was the reason why he was ignored. He was the best thing God ever created until I came on the scene. He's very jealous of me. So when he hates me, he hates God. And you see, the reason why the devil wants to hate you is that by hating you, he hates God. God, the devil said he was Lucifer. He was the biggest, the finest, the nicest thing. The Bible talks about whenever he was music, he was the big thing until God fell in love with you. You hear him when he said in the book of Psalm, they said, who is man that thou art mindful of him? The son of man that thou hast, and thou hast made him a little lower than a little lower than yourself. Who is talking? The devil. Very angry. Your number one enemy is who? The devil. Why? Because you are the reason why he was ignored. Why? Because God decided to create you in his image and likeness, and he got jealous. Tell someone, don't be jealous. When you are jealous, you are getting close to that guy. But the Bible says, even the devil must be overcome. He's your number one competitor, enemy, adversary, foe. That is what the Bible says. And they overcame him. Thank God for the blood. Blood of the Lamb. Number two is the systems and the historical repetitions of the world, of this world, and must be broken. Enemy number one is the world. The systems of the world. But who set it up that way? The devil. Have you thought about how the world hates the church? What's wrong with the Ten Commandments? What is wrong with thou shalt not steal? What's wrong? Why do people hate the Ten Commandments? Because they can't help it. They work for Satan set them up. That's why you are not of this world. You are of God. You are assembled here, but you are of God. You need to understand the source of who you are. The systems of this world is your enemy. Someone said, prophet, but why are they doing all of these things and everything up in there? I said, the world is not going to get better. It's going to get worse. Fasten your seatbelt. Get ready to fight because the world is not going to get better. Stop crying. You haven't seen anything yet. The world is your enemy. Why do I say that? The world and the politics and the systems are the things assigned by the enemy to change God's order. That's why your standard of living is not what Parliament said. Your standard of living is what the Bible says. Nobody, watch this, nobody is going to define our lives. For our life is already designed and defined by God. Nobody's going to define what marriage is. For me, I know what marriage is. And as much as I don't hate anybody and have a problem, which when I'm praying for you, the same way, don't even try to change what marriage is for me. The system. The third enemy you have, that's what the Bible says, 1 John 5:4. For whosoever is born of God, what overcome what? The world. Enemy number 2 is the world. Enemy number 3. And people don't know your enemy. The enemy. Enemy number 3. Who can tell me what that enemy is? Enemy number 3 is yourself. Tell somebody you are your own enemy. Will you smile and tell someone, I'm sorry to announce to you that you have been sabotaging yourself for a long time. You are not talking. Why are you not talking to me? You are not. So you are your own enemy. You are your own enemy. We must win the competition between the soul, the flesh, and the soul on one side versus the spirit on another side. Whoever that wins over the soul controls the soul. You are your soul. There's a fight between the flesh and the spirit. Whatever you yield to controls the soul. So if you yield to the flesh, the soul follows the flesh. And if you yield to the spirit, the soul follows the spirit. That's what Paul said. Look at what Paul said. Paul said in 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 27, but I keep under my body and bring it into what? Subjection, lest that I by any means, when I have preached to others, I myself should be a castaway. Your enemy number 3 is yourself. The old man, the old you. Sometimes you sit down to think about who you really are. Sometimes you are in the spirit so much, and sometimes you are in the flesh so much. Come on, talk to me. Let me see my hands. Those of you who have been dealing with that. Have you wondered some of the thoughts that come to your mind? Ooh, Jesus. And some of you are even while sitting here in church, are you thinking, you know what you are thinking even in church? Look at someone and say, what is going on in your mind? What's going on in your mind? You're not. See, I've been meaning to ask you, what is going on in your mind? What's going on? Sometimes we wonder because there's a why. Because when the fall came, there is the old nature. That's what the Bible says. That's what salvation is in 3-4. We are saved instant. We are being saved continuing. We shall be saved final. We are saved instant, your spirit. You become born again, your spirit is renewed. We are being saved, your soul, by the renewing of your mind, continuous work, by using the laser design of the word of God to program you, to deprogram you, and to program you, and to make you a good person and a new person. When you become born again, your thinking doesn't change. That's why you are in church, but you are still thinking all kinds of things. How does your thinking change? Your thinking change when you allow God's word to deprogram your thinking and to set a new thinking for you. Until that, there's always a fight between the old man and the new man. Tell us, I'm fighting stuff. Have you wondered how the same body is fighting itself? And Paul said, I must subject the body. You think we are all not dealing with stuff. Even pastors are dealing with stuff. Everyone is dealing with something, including your pastor. This Paul talking. Paul said, the guy who wrote more than half of the New Testament says, if I don't put my body under subjection, when I finish preaching to others, I myself will be a cast out. There's a possibility for even pastors to miss it. There's a fight between the flesh, the old self. The old self. Before you became born again, who were you? That old man is always coming to the picture. That's why you do good things and sometimes you miss it bad. Someone say, as for me, when I am angry, and I'm like, seriously, is that something you boast of? If you want to be able, the second thing to know, number 1, you have to know what? The competition. Number 2, you have to know that there's a price. Understanding the price will help you know that we must apply the effort and everything in life to win. If we must win, then at the end of it, there is a prize and a reward for us. Philippians 3 verse 14 says, given the ESV version, I press on toward the goal for the prize of the upward call of God in Christ Jesus. There is a prize. There's nothing that motivates an athlete, a footballer, than the prize. There are many footballers who play so well but never lifted a cup. And you want to ask them their regret, they'll always tell you, I wish I could lift up a cup. If you like, one of the greatest regrets of Lionel Messi is how he's not been able to take his nation to lift up a trophy. It hurts him so bad. It caused him so much pain. At some point, he decided to resign because why? He's never been able to make it to lift up a cup. Tell somebody there's a prize, there's a prize, there's a prize. But by the way, they fight for earthly prize and earthly reward. But you and I fight not only for earthly, but for heavenly reward. Can I hear you clap your hands and shout better and say there is a prize? Bible says Jesus Christ, for the joy that was set before him, he endured the cross. Can I tell you something? The reason why you must win is that there's a prize. What is that prize? The prize is your testimony. Oh, come on, talk. What is that prize? The prize is when you look back and say, when I remember what God has done. The prize when you look back and say, this one too, God took it away from me. This one too came and God pulled me out. This one too came and God delivered me. There is a prize, and the greatest prize is your testimony. And I see you gathering testimonies upon testimonies upon testimonies upon testimonies upon testimonies. I see different medals. And can I tell you something? By 31st December 2017, you will lay on a big table one medal after medal after medal after medal after medal. There's just so much miracles and testimonies for you. There is a prize. Every athlete will always want to look at the prize. Because there's nobody who has left silver, gold, sister, brother, mother, friend, and will not receive it in this way, the 100-fold, and in heaven also. Are you talking to me right now? The devil is a liar. My reward is not only here on earth, but my reward is in heaven. I see crowns and crowns and crowns and crowns laid for you in heaven, and God is getting ready to do that for you. In 2017, I am piling and building many prizes. 1 Corinthians 9:24. Know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth what? The prize. So run that ye may what? Obtain. I'm not just being a pastor. I'm running, I'm pastoring to get crowned in heaven. And can I tell you, you are my crown? That's why no matter what I go through, I hold on because you are my crown. I'm trusting God that you all make it to heaven. So when I look back, I'm like, God, what do you think? You know, what do you think? Seriously, God, what do you think? Your clapping is sick. God, what about this one? Then, when we get there, God will consider the things we went through to make it. Then it will be worth it. Like, I see you building a big company. It's a crown. It's an earthly crown. I see you winning. I see you succeeding. I see God turning it around for your good. I see you rising up. I see God lifting you up. I see a crown. I see a prize. And I tell you what, sometimes we are so much into making it big, which is good. But in making it big, appreciate your progress. What I'm just trying to tell you, don't only look at just the goal, the prize, and then look at the efforts and the speed and how you are getting closer. I am not there, but I'm thankful that I've come this far. You are not getting me. I appreciate my progress. I have not finished building my house yet, but I thank God that I've laid the foundation, and I thank God that it's coming up and it's coming up and it's coming up, and in due season God will bring it all together. I thank God for every progress in my. Tell somebody you need to learn how to thank God for every progress in your life. Come on, tell somebody you are not there fully yet, but you are getting closer. You are not talking, say you are not there yet, but you are getting closer. Look at yourself 2 years ago, 3 years ago, even last year, and look at where you are right now. You are not fully there yet, but I thank God for the progress I have made. Will you rise up and clap your hands and shout and say yes? Be seated. We are here to break Christ Arena. But I thank God for Modoko to achieve. Your clapping is sick. Your shouting is low. You better clap your hands. You better lift up your voice and shout. Say yes. Sometimes many of you are so depressed because you haven't built your dream house. Have you forgotten that before you used to rent a house in Choco? And now you move closer. You bought a land. You have a drawing, and you're building small. And I'm telling you that if you don't give up, you will get there. But do not be weary in well-doing, for if you faint not. I cannot be ungrateful from coming from Akemodan to this place. And if that's your problem, that's your own problem. But I cannot discard, I cannot throw it away. But if you don't know where you have come from, you can't even know where you are, not talk about where you are going. And I know from whence God and how far God. You are not clapping your hands. Many of you were born well, but for some of us, we are not fully there yet, but we thank God for the progress in our lives and the testimonies in our lives that God has brought us this far. The unique thing about a marksman is that a marksman has a set target, and they set their target before they shoot. If you're going to triumph, you need to learn how to set your eyes on a prize. Your eyes fixed on a prize. Are you with me at all? If you're going to win 2017, you need to set a prize for yourself, a goal for yourself, what you are trusting God to do for you. And I'm trusting God that this house will move from this place to the beginning of Christ Arena. I've set a target. I've set a mark. I've set a prize. Look at us and say, what is your prize for 2017? What target have you set for yourself? I'm setting a target of 2017. I'll win more souls. How many of you are setting a target to win about 10 souls? And not only just win 10 souls, make sure your souls abide. It's a good target for the kingdom. Setting a target, different target. Set your target, set your prize, set your reward 2017. Thank you, Lord. The third thing every winner must know, every winner must prepare, every winner must know how to prepare. Preparation and training. Preparation and training. 25 of 1 Corinthians 9 says, 25 says, and all good athletes, it means they are bad athletes. All good athletes train hard. They do not just train, but they train what? Hard. They train what? Hard. When you see Messi, they lift the ball and flip it like that. It didn't just happen one day. It's as a result of several training. When you see Genevieve and the choir lift up their voice and say, ooh, 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 ooh. If I tried right now, you laugh at me because I'm praying and trusting God. You know the problem? I've been praying, but I've not been training. Preparation is everything. You cannot win 2017 and not prepare. Tell somebody, are you prepared? Are you prepared? There are many who want to marry, start a lifetime and never prepared. Can I say something? It's heavy thing. When I come into your car as a lady and I see your car boots, and I see your back car and front seat and the back seat, and I see what's going on there, I can tell whether you are ready to marry or not. I'm just saying that if you can't take care of yourself, you can't take care of another person. You didn't like what I'm saying. That's what the Bible says, for this purpose, a man, not a boy. Marriage is not for boys, marriage is for men. And there are 50-year-old boys and 30-year-old men. Don't be deceived by the age or the starter. It can still be a boy. Esther prepared 1 year for one night with the king. 1 year preparation for one night. And you want to live a lifestyle and you don't even know how to cook. You can call me African primitive guy, whatever you want. I can be primitive African Ghanaian guy, and that's fine. But I'm just saying that at least you'll be able to know how to put chicken and chips together. Something. I'm just saying something you just should be able to do. And if you're born here and your father is still taking care of you, don't even try to date anybody. Can I hear some boys in the house say yes? You are not ready to marry, brother. When your mother is still taking care of you. Don't go and trust anybody. You are not ready. Preparation. Jesus says, in my Father's house there are many mansions there. If you are not so, I would not have told them I'm going to prepare. There are mansions, but just said I still need to prepare. Preparation is everything. How you prepare determines how far you can go. Preparation is everything. All good athletes train hard. They do it for a goal. Medal that tarnishes. They train hard. They run hard. You see them on a blue mountain, they're running. And you are sleeping. And wonder how they can run. They're training. How prepared are you for 2017? I'm too prepared for 2017. I'm building I built my master for, and I'm still working it. I'm working it because 2017 is my year of winning. Every winner must prepare. Every winner must what? Prepare. For even though winning is our nature, we don't just arrive there. We have to labor for it. Proverbs 21:31. Do your best. Prepare for the worst. The Bible said the horse is prepared against the day of battle, but safeties of the... Now, many people miss the first part and only look at the second part. I know safeties of the Lord, but you need to still prepare. What do you want God to do? Anything. It means you haven't prepared. I know it by your answer. What kind of a man do you want? Anything. Anything. God will give you anything. And I didn't serve God this far to get anything. What kind of a ministry do you want? Anything. Anything? No. I know the church I want. I know the church. I know the ministry. I know what God is giving us. And I'm not settling for just anything. Preparation will make sure you set yourself up for the real thing. There's nothing wrong with going to school at your age, please. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying school is everything, but there's nothing wrong with that. You're preparing for a bigger life. There's nothing wrong with that. Preparation. Look at what Jesus says. Look at what Jesus says. Luke 14. For which of you, intending to build a tower, sitteth not down first and counted the cost, whether he have sufficient to finish it. You cannot build a tower and not sit down to consider the cost and see whether you have enough to finish it. Less what? Happily. And many of you have started 2017 happily. Yeah. You are happy without substance. That's the problem. Happiness without substance will end you in frustration. And you're like, wow, how come I started so happy and I've ended so sad? It's not about how you start, it's about how you end. How you end is determined by your happiness and your preparation. Your happiness and your substance. Your excitement, your zeal, your joy, and your substance. Less happily, after he had laid the foundation, is not able to finish it. And all that behold it begin to mock at him. Lift on. Say 2017. Whatever I start, I will finish it. You are not speaking out. Whatever I start, I will finish it. Can you give someone a hand and say you are finishing it? You will finish everything you start. You will not start and end somewhere in the middle. You will lay the foundation and you will finish it. For the Bible says the hands of Zerubbabel have started this foundation, and that same hand will finish it. Your God is the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, the altar and the finisher. Whatever you start, you will surely finish it. You will finish well. You will finish in style. You will finish with a testimony. You will finish ahead. You will finish as the winner. Can you clap on and say, I will finish it? Depression. How you finish is determined by how prepared you are. Proverbs 4 verse 26 says, the HSCB version, carefully consider the path of your feet, and all your ways will be what? Established. I don't make a move when I haven't given it a thought. I think through before I move. Every move I make sure that I've allowed God to give me instructions and directions. I'm not going to get in the middle and ask, where am I? I move because God said I should move. You carefully, you plan it. And 2017, you plan to win. You prepare to win. You put yourself together to win. Study to show yourself what? Approved unto God. You think I just come here to preach? I study. You want to be a pastor? You have to study. You want to be a good pastor? You have to study. You want to be a good businessman? You have to study. You have to prepare. Charismatism. Prayer cannot replace preparation. Please. Prayer is a pillar on its own, and preparation is a pillar. Hard work is another pillar. They are pillars that will help you win. You cannot substitute it. So good prayer, good preparation, together with hard work, will give you a great success. Because things don't just happen. It happens because you work it. Tell somebody, what do you do? What work do you do? Demand an answer. Right? What work do you do? Can I tell a man that's ready to marry? A man that's ready to marry is a man that's working. It's in the Bible. You know something? Real marriage is what God originally did. And what God originally did, the first thing about a man that is ready to marry is a man that's in God's presence. Adam was in the Garden of Eden. The Garden of Eden was heaven on earth. So Adam was born again before Eve came. Don't consider him if he's not born again. Number two, Adam was already dressing the garden before Eve came. In other words, Adam had a job. The man that is ready to marry is the man born again and has a job. Stop being an ambassador and second mayor of Accra, moving everywhere, busybody. No wonder you become a gossip. Get a job. The Bible says what? Say ye to the righteous that it shall be well with him, and shall eat the fruit of his sleeping, the fruit of his laziness, the fruit of his labor. And whatsoever he doeth, he shall what? Prosper. Whatsoever he sleepeth, whatsoever he drinketh, whatsoever he gossip, whatsoever he doeth. So the only channel through which God will bless is what you do. So whatever you do, God will multiply. If you don't do anything, God will multiply. You're sleeping. Am I preaching to somebody? I think I'm saying something real. Come on. Finally, the last point, the last thing to know to be a winner is to know the laws of winning. You have to play by the rules. 2 Timothy 2:5 says, study yourself approve unto God. If a man also strive for mastery, yet he is not crowned, except he strive lawfully. Tell somebody, there are rules of winning. Watch it. An athlete or a boxer doesn't just run because he has good speed or he has strength to box or fight, but because he's got the strength, but they do so ensuring that they pursue their main goal lawfully. Lawfully. You know something? And I want to say this especially to those who are very, very ambitious. Listen to me. Don't just focus on winning, that in the name of winning you kill everybody. Because you can win and still lose, and you can lose and still win. It depends on how you look at it. It's all about playing by the rules. I'm not just winning, I'm winning lawfully according to what God has said for me. I'm not going to take somebody's husband and say, I've won. You're a thief. I'm not going to steal somebody's testimony and come and stand here and say, I have a testimony. The Bible says what? If you give to the poor, you lend to God. Then if you steal for the poor. What I'm saying, you must win, but you must win the way that will please God. And how many of you are ready to win the way that will please God? I am winning the way that will please God. Not in the name of breakthrough, I'm going to kill people. Breakthrough. And you are stepping on somebody's toes and you don't even care because you want to break through. I bind every demon and you are still cursing. You must win lawfully. I'll finish with this story. A story of a good corn farmer. And every time they will give an award for the best corn farmer, he comes first. And they ask him, what is your secret? He said, my secret is that I make sure I get the best seed. And when I get the best seed, I distribute the best seed also to my neighbors. And when I give them to my neighbors, then I plant mine. And they're like, why do you do that? Because they are in competition with you. I said, no. Why I do that is that there's something called cross-pollination that will cause a wind to blow. And whatever they planted will come to my land. So if I give them bad seed, when the wind blows and it comes, in the end of the day to come to me. So when I give good to others, then I expect good to come to me. I bless people. I favor people. I relate people. I thank God for what God is doing in other people's life. Then God can give me a better testimony. I'm not going to kill in the name of a testimony. I bless for testimony. I bless God for everyone around me.